si Funaki no puede acompañar a Taka, el merenguero tampoco debiera acompañar al papi chulo.
De locura en persona, de México, el Super Loco.
Oye, Carlitos Carrera, no seas como Marcelo. No te metas en eso, mira. Mejor dile al público que linda indumentaria. La del Super Loco, mira. Luce muy bien. Luce tremendo el Super Loco.
Gran familia de los Superastros, dos cosas importantes están pasando hoy, Hugo Sabinovich, es la primera que Taka Michinoku va a tener que enfrentarse sin la compañía de su paisano Nippon Funaki frente a Papi Chulo, y la otra que tenemos la gran sorpresa del Super Loco.
Va a haber muchas locuras aquí.
Mucha acción y rápida. Aquí tenemos ya de inmediato la lucha, la acción en los Superastros. El Super Loco derribando ahí momentáneamente a Ciudad Andrews.
Y parece que Scooter ha cogido mucho sol aquí en la Florida.
Y rápido el muchacho floridiano, sorprendiendo con martillo al brazo ahí al Super Loco que lo derriba. ¡Wow! ¡Qué castigo a la pierna!
Y el Super Loco viene de una gira triunfal a demostrar que puede quedarse aquí en los Superastros.
Mira el castigo a las piernas, Hugo.
Oye, una cruceta invertida y me gusta la rapidez con que aplicó la llave.
Astuto también Andrews se refugia en las cuerdas inmediatamente.
Y Scooter Andrews no es un improvisado. Muchos años en el deporte, ha luchado en otros países y quiere una victoria sobre este impresionante mascarado.
Y se ve otra toma de árbitro en el centro del ring. A propósito, el árbitro es Eduardo González. Cómo cambian entre llave y contra llave de manera vertiginosa este par de luchadores aquí. Derribada. En control el Super Loco. Una figura 4 al brazo.
Dominando al ras de la lona.
Se tornan las cosas a favor del Super Loco momentáneamente. Machetazo. Otro más. Y Atanga repitiéndole la dosis. Avanza contra la esquina a toda velocidad. Viene. Se equivoca el Super Loco. No encontró agua en la piscina y ahora están pagando con la misma moneda.
Oye, Scooter Andrews luciendo muy bien aquí.
Han dado la cabeza. El Super Loco llevándose aquí tremenda sorpresa.
Dos estilos diferentes en buena acción aquí.
Azota Andrews, regresa con tacleada de arriba el Super Loco. Viene del costado. Pasa por encima del rival. ¡Oh! ¡Se prendieron!
¡Toma, papá!
Pero falló la patada de media vuelta del Super Loco. Y va a tener que pagar ese pequeño error. No cayó en la trampa. La vuelve a evitar el Super Loco, pero sí. Patada voladora certera.
Tremendo impacto norteamericano. Se luce ante el mexicano.
Y se tiene que salir el Azteca para recuperarse un tanto. Está mareado. Aquí viene volando por encima de la tercera cuerda. Scooter Andrews.
Oye, y el Super Loco está más loco después de ese golpe.
¡Qué salto mortal! Y le cayó encima como bala de cañón.
Esta es la mejor lucha libre del mundo a través de su división.
Un par de golpes de antebrazo. Otro más para que me respetes. Lo cruza Super Loco durísimo de espaldas contra el borde del ring y viene desde lo alto. Aquí viene. ¡Wow! Y viene el Loco.
¡Impresionante!
Vamos a ver nuevamente esa maniobra sensacional aquí para ustedes en los Superastros.
Y aquí lo tenemos, Carlitos, la doble tanda.
Primero Scooter Andrews castigando a Super Loco y luego se desquitaba el mexicano.
¡Wow! La emoción de la mejor lucha aérea.
En el ring nuevamente la acción. Controlando la situación ahora y con mayor agresividad del Super Loco. Lo tiene preparado. ¡Bombazo! Rompe espino dorsal. Lo cubre 1, 2 y...
¡Hey! ¿Qué pasó? Mira qué tramposo el árbitro Edgardo González. Le quiere hacer trampa al Super Loco.
La cuenta no llegó a 3. A lo mejor sería porque no enganchó la pierna nunca el Super Loco.
Sí, seguro, claro.
Azotan a Scooter Andrews. Falla el antebrazo del Super Loco. ¡Viene! ¡Qué tremendo tope! 1, 2 y... falló por un pelito. Ahí casi que logra la victoria Andrews. Otra lona.
¡Vamos, vamos, Super Loco! ¡Que tú puedes! ¡Tienes que echar el resto!
Y el ataque es aéreo. Aquí viene. El de la Florida. Se proyecta. Se movió el Super Loco.
¡Qué bueno! ¡Por bruto le pasó eso!
A tiempo. Esquivó el castigo mexicano. Y está lastimado en las piernas Scooter Andrews. Y a Tángara.
Oye, un azotón invertido le sacó al aire.
Y mira. Hablando de castigos y repitiéndole la dosis.
¡Vamos!
Y aquí viene la número 3. Y desde la cuerda superior. Sensacional el Super Loco. Enganche de pierna. 1, 2 y 3. Y consigue el triunfo. El de México.
¡Vamos! ¡Todavía Felipe adelante! ¡María!
What does everybody want?
The countdown to the inaugural Essa
XFL season is on. It's just over 2 months away. Time's counting down.
Of course, everybody's still talking about the fact that Jesse Ventura will be providing color commentary for the Saturday night games on NBC.
Following contest is scheduled for football. Introducing first from Lima, Ohio, weighing 246 pounds, his opponent, weighing 213 pounds, Scoop Andrews.
For those of you lucky enough to live in cities with XFL franchises like Chicago, San Francisco, Orlando, Las Vegas, or New York, season tickets are on sale right now. For all the information on purchasing season tickets, log on to XFL.com. So Al Snow, there you see, placing head in a very precarious position in the corner. Al Snow one-on-one here against Scoot Andrews as the action on middle continues. Reminder that the Hardy Boys will take on Essa, Rios, and Funaki a little bit later on in tag team action. Plus, we'll also show you highlights of the week that was between The Undertaker and Kurt Angle, following The Undertaker getting robbed by the Olympic gold medalist and WWF champion and Survivor Series.
Now, wait just a minute. If Kurt Angle said that his older brother was there maybe just to celebrate and wait under the ring and have a big surprise for Kurt when he won, why are you doubting the Olympic gold medalist?
Well, was he a man of his word on SmackDown when, well, wait a minute, Al Snow here, starting off like a house of fire on Scoot Andrews. Was Kurt Angle a man of his word on SmackDown when he came out in a neck brace? I mean, sure, he had been chokeslammed off the stage on Raw Monday, but was he a man of his word when Edge and Christian came in? It was a 3-on-1 setup, and Kurt Angle's neck appeared to be fine.
It didn't appear to be fine. If you got thrown off the stage, I don't know if you'd be wearing a body cast.
Well, again, I don't know if I'd still be walking, but that's not the point. Kurt Angle, I think, may have been letting on that his neck was hurt more than it truly was as a setup for The Undertaker. Cover, count of 2, as Al Snow cast a furtive glance over to head in the corner. And if Scoot Andrews hopes to pull an upset here, he's going to have to find a way to keep head out of this match.
You, of all people, shouldn't be besmirching the great Kurt Angle's name.
Well, of course, I know the first time besmirchment's been brought up on this broadcast.
Darn right.
Al Snow having some trouble now with Scoot Andrews. Kurt Angle with his older brother, Eric, under the ring. Give me a break.
What's wrong with that?
There to surprise him. Oh, yeah, right. Well, I tell you what, senior official Earl Hebner did make the right call. He didn't count the 1, 2, 3 on Kurt Angle because it wasn't Kurt that had taken the last ride. It was Eric.
Well, even if Kurt had an ingenious plan with his brother Eric, I mean, that was great.
Oh, okay, sure. Put him over for having an ingenious plan.
Why not?
Well, I know that you appreciate the intelligence, one of Kurt's 3 eyes that he displayed. But I would say that he didn't show much integrity at Survivor Series or Thursday on SmackDown. Now Scoot Andrews is in some trouble out on the floor. What does Al Snow have drawn up here?
What's this?
Ooh, man, face first on the ramp.
Al Snow knows he can't pin Scoot outside.
Well, that's for sure. I'm not so sure if Al Snow is aware of too much right now. Kind of like Raven earlier on. 2, almost had him. Referee Jim Corderas' hand was coming down for the 3rd time. And boy, what about Rock and Y2J making emphatic statements Monday on Raw against Rikishi and King?
And obviously, in the tag team matchup, we saw what happened. Maybe a little bit of revenge, both by The Rock and Y2J. But I've got to believe that is far from over as well.
And how about the food fight on Smack? You can't have Thanksgiving without a big old food fight.
Man, you knew when everybody started bringing in the dishes from the cookbook and JR wanted to get involved and the Dudleys and all the superstars that were there, you know you can't have a nice family gathering.
Nice hello once again to Tiger Ali Singh as Lowdown found their way into the building.
For once.
Yeah, big backdrop on Scoot. I'll tell you what, the coach, Al Snow, Lillian Garcia, everybody was covered. Snowplow, that'll do it.
Yes!
But instead of going
Wait a minute.
Al Snow, I think, just accidentally poked referee Jim Corderas in the eye.
Corderas was a little too close, I think.
I didn't think a referee's vision could be challenged, but I think that it's just happened. And now, behind his back, referee never sees it. Hello, head. Goodbye, Scoot Andrews.
What does everybody want? Here is your winner, Al Snow.
So Al Snow uses head to get a win here on metal against Scoot Andrews.
I'd use head too if I could get a win.
Rumble becomes the Intercontinental Champion for the third time. And now Essa Rios, who's got a date on Heat this Sunday's next up here on Metal.
Following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing from Guadalajara, Mexico, weighing 215 pounds, Essa Rios.
Essa Rios will tangle with the returning Al
From
Snow.
Tampa, Florida, weighing 209 pounds, Scoot Andrews.
Al Snow, one of the many returning superstars. We hadn't seen Al Snow for quite a few weeks since he suffered a major injury at the hands of Raven. Al Snow back at the Royal Rumble in a big way, but what about the surprises that we saw? Al Snow just one of them. But Tom, I can think of 4 individuals who made impact at the Royal Rumble we never expected to see. First and foremost, what about Drew Carey?
I think Drew Carey was lucky to get out with his life. I mean, he jumped over the top rope, eliminated himself, and I think that was a smart move.
Well, he tried everything, including bribery, to get away from the Big Red Machine.
That didn't
but
work.
I know that Drew Carey did have a great time at the Royal Rumble, and what a nice guy Drew Carey was. Scoot Andrews here with a cover attempt on Essa Rios. Essa slides out at 2, and you see some of the agility of Essa Rios on display here on Metal. Look at this, up and over, and around they go, and now modified Thez press. Forget about the cover, we're going to pound away with some hard right hands. Okay, that was one return. Drew Carey at the Royal Rumble, a shocking surprise to us all. What about the return of the Honky Tonk Man?
Yeah, but we saw Kane strike the last chord on the Honky Tonk Man. I mean, nice to see the Honky Tonk back here in the World Wrestling Federation, but Kane made one thing clear. You're not going to be in the Royal Rumble.
No, you weren't there for very long, Honky.
Exactly.
And of course, the return of Haku to the World Wrestling Federation.
Wow.
We have not seen that bad man in a long time here in the WWF, but he was back. Tom not only played a role at the Royal Rumble, but also has aligned himself with Rikishi, and in my opinion, just may have cost Kane the World Wrestling Federation Championship Thursday on SmackDown.
And you talk about a dangerous alignment, Rikishi and Haku. We know how tough Haku is, and we know how Rikishi has been. Lately here in the World Wrestling Federation, this is a dangerous duo. I can guarantee you that.
More dangerous than Kane and The Undertaker?
Well, it could be just on par.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. And wait a minute, look out below!
Whoa!
Scoot Andrews victimized by a high-risk offense from Essa Rios. It is amazing to me that Essa Rios puts his body on the line. Here we go, a cover 2, and Scoot Andrews finds a way to kick out. Let's take another look at this incredible high-risk offense.
Man, Essa Rios putting his body on the line, as you said.
It's incredible how he does this week after week in there, going for another high-risk maneuver. Scoot Andrews makes him pay for it. We've seen Scoot Andrews before here on Metal, a cover, doesn't hook the leg and just gets a 2 count. A little bit later on, we'll see Hardcore Holly in action. I know Hardcore Holly was happy to get down to Mobile, Alabama this past week. What a week it's going to be for the World Wrestling Federation. Of course, as we head into Raw this Monday, the big contract signing from the Mellon Arena in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. That's this Monday night. And the television cameras and all the superstars this Tuesday will be in Columbus, Ohio for another huge night of World Wrestling Federation action. Scoot Andrews going for broke. Nobody home. And, of course, before Raw this Monday, the big contract signing for the match at No Way Out with Stone Cold Steve Austin, Triple H, and Mr. McMahon. This Sunday night on Heat, the Dudley Boys defend the tag team titles. The new champs, congratulations to Bubba Ray and Devon. A hook in the leg. 2, is it enough? No, sir. Bubba Ray and Devon with a big win over Edge and Christian this past Sunday at the Royal Rumble, Tom. And I know that the Dudley Boys now find themselves the hunted instead of being the hunters.
Well, obviously, the Dudley Boys don't mind mixing it up with anyone here in the World Wrestling Federation.
Do you think that they like being in that position?
I think they love being in that position.
Well, I know it was a big win for them, an emotional moment for Bubba Ray and Devon this past Sunday at the Royal Rumble. We'll see what this Sunday on Heat holds for the new champions. Now Scoot Andrews, wait a minute. Whoa! What an elusive maneuver there, and a spin kick followed up by Essa Rios. Now both men are down. Referee Mike Sparks applying the count. It has been a war, certainly here, for Essa Rios and Scoot Andrews on Metal. What a great matchup.
Very evenly match up.
Yep, and now Scoot Andrews tries the hard right hands. They're blocked by Essa, who responds in kind with some of his own. Now to the buckle. Wait a minute. Caught. Oh! Twisting power
slam.
Yeah, nicely done. Right out to the center of the ring. And Tom, here we go. Essa Rios to the top rope. What a moonsault. Artistic aerial display by Essa Rios here on Metal.
Here is your winner, Essa Rios.
So there were certainly a load of surprises at the Royal Rumble. We'll take it back and we'll talk all about the week involving Stone Cold Steve Austin and Triple H. What a week it was, but still to come here on Metal. Along with Tom Pritchard, I'm Kevin Kelly. Welcome to another edition of Metal. The tension on the road to WrestleMania gets thicker as we are just 2 weeks away from the greatest attraction in all of sports entertainment.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, accompanied by Molly Holly, weighing 220 pounds, Crash.
Kevin, the road to WrestleMania is getting heavier by the day. Obviously, this new attitude by Kurt Angle has really suited him well. I don't know how well it's going to do for Deborah and The Rock, though.
The classic overachiever, the Fightless family from Mobile, Alabama, here starting things off on Metal. Tom, the road to WrestleMania. What is going on with The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Well, obviously, the common denominator in this whole road to WrestleMania has to be Deborah, Kevin, and something has got to give.
We'll show you how Deborah, Stone Cold, The Rock, and Kurt Angle's lives were all impacted this past week a little bit later on as Crash is first up against Scoot Andrews, who we have seen before here on Metal. Crash, of course, has his cousin Molly Holly outside the ring, and Crash this Sunday with a golden opportunity, Tom, to face Dean Malenko on Heat for the light heavyweight title.
Crash with an opportunity, as you said, to go after that championship. Hasn't worn any gold since the hardcore title.
And the hardcore champion right now, Tom, is the Big Show. And the Big Show making big impact on Kane, along with Triple H and The Undertaker this past week. Not only will we take a look at the World Wrestling Federation Championship picture here in the hour, but we're also going to revisit what happened with The Undertaker, Triple H, the Big Show, and Kane this past week. Side headlock takeover, referee Jack Doan in position, and Scoot Andrews rolling that shoulder up on the outside.
Nice kick out, headlock takeover again by Crash. And Kevin, I really have to hand it to the game, possibly outthinking The Undertaker this past week.
Well, it's a very emotional situation. We will revisit it later on in the hour. Crash is looking very impressive here. As we mentioned, we've seen Scoot Andrews before on Metal. Very fast, very quick competitor. But Crash, so far, has been one step quicker. Crash now, shot across, goes underneath the elbow. Look at this, head scissor. Go! Nice! What a counter move by Scoot Andrews. And Molly Holly realizes Crash is in a lot of trouble. Oh, but instead of going for the pin, Tom, Scoot Andrews looking to add more punishment.
Might have been a big mistake by Mr. Andrews not going for a cover there, but I think he's trying to wear Crash down a little more.
Follow-away slam, very impressive. Oh, look at this. Now put the bad mouth on Molly. Don't you dare even think about it, Scoot. Roll up, two, almost had him.
Oh, man.
Follows up with the clothesline. Scoot Andrews trying to make his name here on Metal. Can he defeat Crash? What an upset this would be. This would certainly derail some of Crash's momentum heading into his light heavyweight opportunity this Sunday night on Heat.
Oh, big slam by Scoot Andrews.
Scoot is going to the top rope. Crash is in trouble. We could have an upset on our hands here on Metal. Oh, right down from the top rope. Nobody home.
Nice move by Crash.
You know it's going to be high-flying later on. Grandmaster Sexay takes on Essa Rios. Plus Kai and Tai will be in the house. And you know what they are, Tom? Evil. Back of the elbow. Crash on Scoot Andrews. Once again, quickening the pace. Scoot misses with the clothesline. Big shoulder block. And Crash now beginning to build some momentum of his own.
And Molly happy with the events. Oh, man.
Not liking that one, though. A mistake by Crash. What a battle this has been.
Back and forth.
And now, wait a minute, Crash trying to reverse things, and there we go. Face first down. Goes Scoot Andrews. The leg is hooked too, and this one is over.
Here is the winner, Rich.
Great preparation for Crash of a title opportunity against Dean Malenko this Sunday night on Heat.
Obviously, Dean Malenko is looking on and knows what competition is awaiting him this Sunday on Heat. And Crash weight, obviously.
Crasher Victor, we're just getting things started on Metal, talking all about the road to WrestleMania. Right now with all the latest, let's visit the coach.
What's up?
Well, we'll see if Kaientai can produce some evil here. Tag team action.
You know what Stone Cold Steve Austin and Bret Hart have in common?
What is that?
Neither one repeated as the King of the Ring award winner.
Kurt Angle repeat this Sunday on pay-per-view. Can Kurt Angle get through a semifinal challenge of Christian and then face the winner of Rhino versus Edge and once again be crowned King of the Ring?
Hey, what about the match Taka and Tajiri had on SmackDown Thursday?
Outstanding battle as Funaki locks up with Scoot Andrews. Scoot Andrews teaming up with Christopher Daniels. This is going to be some more fast-paced action here on Metal.
You know, though it looks mighty bleak for Stone Cold Steve Austin. Oh, don't forget that when Austin is backed in the corner, sometimes it's his best moments.
We have seen the Rattlesnake strike when cornered on a number of occasions. But I don't think there has ever been a bigger corner than the Rattlesnake is backed into for this Sunday's King of the Ring. A triple threat match against both Chris Benoit and Chris Jericho. And Michael, I've got to wonder if Stone Cold has any hope at all because of what we saw on Raw Monday. A double submission move. Austin had no choice but to tap out to the walls of Jericho and the crippler crossface.
Well, who wouldn't tap out? You got two guys with two different submission holds on you at once. My question is, if that same scenario plays out at King of the Ring, who is the WWF champion?
That's a very good question. And Michael, I know you've raised the issue before about potential problems that could crop up between Jericho and Benoit.
Well, we know that they have a long history together, some of the greatest matches I've ever seen.
Oh, cover, 2 count only.
I go back to the ladder match at the Royal Rumble this year. So there is a burning rivalry, to say the least. But if Y2J and Benoit work as a team, and they're a very good one, Stone Cold's chances are slim.
Christopher Daniels with some good combination maneuvers here on Funaki. He is surprised. One half of Kaientai gets a near fall. So it will be Stone Cold Steve Austin taking on Chris Benoit and Chris Jericho. Triple threat match, King of the Ring, this Sunday. And Shane McMahon will meet Kurt Angle in a street fight. We know how Kurt is going to have his hands full not only in the King of the Ring tournament, but with Shane McMahon's propensity for surprises in big money matches, Michael.
Well, I said from the outset when Kurt made it a street fight that Kurt Angle made a mistake, and I think Shane McMahon proved that on SmackDown.
Funaki chopping down both Daniels and Andrews, but some more combination maneuvers here by Scoot and Christopher Daniels take down Funaki.
Look at Christopher Daniels. He got neck like Gumby.
Here is Hank. Well, forgetting about the cover, going to the shortcut tactics. Kind of reminiscent of what Albert did to Matt Hardy on Raw. I think Albert could be the European champion right now if he didn't let his frustration get the best of him. Sweet drop kick. Here's a cover. Count, 2 count only.
You saw the way that Shane McMahon took that kendo stick to Kurt Angle. One blow to the head, down went the Olympic gold medalist. In a street fight, it's all legal.
Nice maneuver there by the tag team of Daniels and Andrews. And another near fall scored on Funaki. This team has isolated Funaki, and they've got Taka frustrated on the outside. Uh-oh.
Good move there. Now the mindset there is to draw Taka in the ring, therefore allows this team to do the double team. I like Andrews and what's that Gumby boy's name?
That would be Christopher Daniels.
Okay.
We'll see now if Scoot can follow up here. He's going to the top rope. What is going to happen here? He's taking his time.
Yeah, too much time. Oh!
Big bombs away like maneuver. Nobody home. Funaki needs to make a tag. We will have highlights coming up next of Kurt Angle, supremely confident as he heads to the King of the Ring.
Boy, a move like that will mess up your hemorrhoids.
Taka now in off the tag.
Oh!
One for Daniels, one for Andrews, and here we go.
I wish he'd give you one.
Uh-oh. Now what in the world would that benefit me as an announcer?
Trust me, looking at you, it couldn't hurt.
Come on. Good looking fella. Oh! Little too premature celebration there for Kaientai. They paid for it. Wait a minute, center of the ring. Where is this action headed? Oh, no. Down goes Daniels. And the signal for the Michinoku driver. Taka lands this, it'll all be over.
And on top of that, Spoldiff will be happy. mean, because Andrews and Gumpy brought it to them.
We talked all about Kurt Angle, supremely confident as he heads to the King of the Ring. We'll show you what went down on SmackDown in just a few moments. Plus, we'll talk later on about the impending confrontation at the King of the Ring between The Undertaker . The overachieving 150-pound soaking wet with a brick in his pocket, Spike Dudley.
Approaching the ring, weighing 150 pounds, Spike Dudley.
You'd think a guy like Spike would have hit the buffet table a little harder during the holidays, you know?
Or at least get that brick out of his pocket. I still don't understand why he's running around with a brick in his pocket. I mean,
He's trying to up the scale, you see? That's why you want to hit the buffet table hard. That's been my excuse.
I think you got a great figure there, KK.
Yeah.
You look good, man. You look fit.
Yeah, I'm in
2001's
shape.
your year.
2002's round. Scoot Andrews, an old friend of the show here, tangling with Spike Dudley.
Uh-oh.
Scoot's been traveling the globe, you know.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah, he's been all over the place. South
Scooter.
Africa. He has competed in Russia, Libya, Germany, Japan. He's been everywhere.
Does he speak all those languages?
No,
or
he does
not. He speaks the language of wrestling,
Of
maybe?
love. That's
Of
all
love.
he knows. And I know that everybody's psyched up for the return of the game. Triple H Raw this upcoming week is going to be off the charts, as we know. And, of course, you got to know that Triple H, through the 8-month-long agonizing rehabilitation process, has dreamed about this one moment. Can you imagine, Chris? Wait a minute. Crossbody covered. Can you imagine what the sound will be like inside Madison Square Garden when Triple H, the game, returns this upcoming week?
I would say deafening, exhilarating. Uh-oh, close. I was there when The Rock came back in Philadelphia, and I have never, ever felt anything like that before in my life. And I have a feeling it's going to be very similar in Madison Square Garden. It's sold out, and Triple H has really been, you know, he's been missed. But I just can't imagine. If you were a superstar and you had to wrestle Triple H, would you think about going towards that knee? Is the knee still weak, or is he 100%?
Well, you know what? That's a very good question. Of course, the torn quadricep muscle, which he suffered in that tag team matchup, which was one of the best matches, best of WWF 2001 Viewer's Choice, where he and Stone Cold Steve Austin lost the tag team titles to Chris Jericho and Chris Benoit. You know that area could have a bullseye on it, but who knows? Wait a minute. Drop kick, nicely done. 2 count only. But you know that Triple H is going to come loaded for bear. He's going to come looking to make an impact upon his return. Who will that impact be on? What will happen? You have to tune into Raw this upcoming week to find out. Butterfly suplex, and now Scoot Andrews controlling Spike Dudley with the hold here, and let's see if he can keep Spike grounded. Certainly a very smart attack from Scoot Andrews, with all the signs now pointing towards Royal Rumble as well. 2 weeks away, Chris. 30 men, 1 ring, 1 awesome opportunity. Not only that, we know right now it's going to be Ric Flair one-on-one against Mr. McMahon as well.
That's, you know, it's odd because, well, last time I checked, they're co-owners of the WWF. When one of them wins, does that mean...
Wait a minute, too, and, you know, we don't even want to get into that right now about what this matchup would mean. I think, to me, it's a dream matchup. These are 2 of the biggest icons ever in the sports entertainment industry.
That is true.
For years, I mean, Ric Flair was synonymous with the championship. He was in tune with the gold for many, many years. And as we know, Mr. McMahon, the bombastic billionaire. I mean, this guy has done everything he can to control the sports entertainment industry. One man I don't think he ever could control, nor will ever control, is Ric Flair. We'll find out what happens when those 2 go one-on-one. Royal Rumble Sunday, January 20th. Vertical suplex. 2 count only. Andrews doing a nice job of focusing on the back of Spike Dudley. And how will this impact the outcome of this match? And how will the games return this coming Monday? On Raw, how will this impact the beginning of what promises to be a great year from the World Wrestling Federation?
I guess anything could happen, and as we've seen in 2001, anything and everything could and did happen. So you just never know where it's going to go, what's going to happen. That's part of the cool thing about the WWF.
A lot of speculation about the Royal Rumble match itself, but I'm sure in the next few weeks we'll start to announce the field, and we'll get you all set and ready to go for that. Think about what
Spike will be in there.
You never know. We would love to have the chance. I mean, past winners such as Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock. Royal Rumble, winning the Royal Rumble incredible match. It is a shot at immortality, and we'll find out what happens in 2 weeks' time. Phillips Arena, Atlanta, Georgia. A great town, a great arena, and I know that everybody's going to be tuning in to Royal Rumble, the first big event of 2002 from the World Wrestling Federation. Wait a minute now. Scoot going to the top. Can he finish off Spike Dudley? Falls away, and nobody home.
I get
Huge mistake.
Flyer Myers there.
Myers?
Miles. Myers. Scoot Myers.
You know what? You're much better than the hack that did the voiceover on the year-end show.
Wait a second.
That guy was terrible.
Hold on a second. If I remember correctly, that was
Who's
me.
his? What?
That was me, I think, that did the
No,
voiceover.
that's not you. That couldn't have been you. Oh, right in the midsection.
That couldn't feel good at all.
Battery ram, bulldog, cover, referee Jack Dunn in position, 2 count only. We know it's going to be a huge week in the New York area. Raw and SmackDown both emanating from MSG. It's going to be an incredible time. Reverse now.
2 big shows.
Oh, looked like it was going to be head scissors time. Scoop counters, nicely done. Can he get the win? No, he can't. Spike Dudley is absolutely double tough. There is no quit in Spike Dudley's vocabulary.
Where does he put all of that? He's 150 pounds, like you said, soaking wet, but where does all that energy, where does that resilience come from? I can't see it.
You know, it's from the same avenue, I think, that carried Triple H through his return. It's heart. That's what it's all about. The game returns this Monday. Dudley Dog, and let's take it to Howard Finkel to wrap it up.
Here is your winner, Spike Dudley.
Lita, we all saw the emotion on the faces of Goldust and Booker T last Sunday at Armageddon. You saw right there, finally climbing to the top of the mountain.
You know, I called it. I had faith in them last week, and they did it.
You did call it.
The contest is scheduled for 1 fall. Introducing first at a combined weight of 384 pounds, Tommy Dreamer and Spike Dudley. And at a combined weight of 436 pounds, Michael Shane and Scoot Andrews.
Well, folks, tonight, Heat is brought to you by JVC's Tower of Power with 460 watts of mind-numbing sound, dual 8-inch subs, and MP3 playback. The Tower of Power by JVC.
And coached by the new Castrol GTX High Mileage.
And one of my favorites by Starburst Fruit Chews. Lita, isn't that juicy? Well, I tell you what, this tag match made earlier today, and you can tell right now Spike Dudley wants to start this match, not at all pleased that Scoot Andrews and young Shane Michaels decided to slight Spike Dudley on his slight stature, so to speak.
So you think Spike would be used to it, although it seems to be a sensitive area for the guy?
Well, whenever you're 150 pounds, you always got to fight uphill all your life, especially when you're in this business and you're in this arena. So I understand why Spike is upset, but Tommy Dreamer wants to start on an emotional, even keel. Wouldn't you say?
I think Tommy Dreamer wants to be the first to get a hold of it. I think Tommy Dreamer took offense to him, obviously. Michael Shane and Scoot Andrews as well.
Well, I'll give Michael Shane and Scoot Andrews a lot of credit. I've seen these guys work before. I know you have as well. And they are very, very talented. They were very, very talented. And they should give Tommy Dreamer and Spike Dudley a very good match here tonight. But speaking of tag teams, of course, tomorrow night on Raw, Booker T and Goldust, how long will their title reign last? They have to face Chris Jericho and Christian tomorrow night on Raw.
You know it's going to be a big matchup for Booker and Goldie, but they were able to beat Christian and Y2J at the pay-per-view, and, you know, let's just hope they can do it again.
And now tagging in is Spike Dudley, and coming out that top rope, you see Spike is ready to go, and now biting the arm.
Going for blood, literally.
Andrews. But certainly Booker T and Goldust got the job done at Armageddon, and you got to believe that they would have the upper hand going into Raw tomorrow night, but Christian and Chris Jericho have proven time and time again they were worthy champions, and they are going to be worthy opponents tomorrow night. Well, now Scoot Andrews and Spike right in the middle of the ring, and now Spike, oh, nice neck breaker. And down goes Scoot Andrews, hops on top. Here's a hook of the leg, 1, 2, and a kick out by Scoot. I like that name, Scoot. It's kind of cool. You know, Scoot, And look at Michael Shane grabbing that middle rope.
On top of things. I don't know if they're worthy of punking Spike out like that, but
I'll give them credit on that move. I mean, these guys, they obviously have worked together before, and they obviously very badly want a job here in the WWE, and this is a good opportunity for both of these men to show what they got to get two quality superstars in Spike Dudley and Tommy Dreamer. Here's a hook of leg, 1, 2, and you have to consider this a huge upset. if Scoot Andrews and Michael Shane can defeat Dreamer and Spike here tonight.
Huge upset indeed, Coach, and they might have an ounce of legitimacy in the issue that we saw previous.
Yeah, here's a cover 2. Oh, and nearly a 3 count by Spike on Michael Shane. And speaking of confrontations, a little bit later on, huge clothesline onto Spike, and down he goes. A little bit later on, we're going to take you back to Raw and show you not only the confrontation between Triple H and Scott Steiner, but also the confrontation between the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels Lita, and Y2J, Chris Jericho.
Lots of cover coming up.
Oh, we've got a lot to cover. Nice tag team maneuver. Both men getting out on Spike, and right now referee Jack Doan.
You're trying to make the cover right then, but Spike smartly rolled under the ropes, kind of being in the out-of-bounds range.
Well, you know, sometimes when you have a matchup like this, you know, sometimes the superstars that are established, like a great football team, can come in against guys that maybe are lesser known, but come in with a lot of heart, a lot of spunk. And I think right now, maybe Scoot Andrews and Michael Shane are waking Spike and Tommy Dreamer up, and we'll see a little bit more fire from these two going on into this matchup.
Scoot and Michael Shane are doing a great job at isolating Spike, keeping him on their half of the ring, which is proven quite effective, at least for right now.
Well, sure, they have obviously dealt a lot of punishment to Spike. You can see Tommy Dreamer desperately wants to get into this matchup. Tommy Dreamer's only been in for a couple of minutes, and Spike has taken all the punishment for his team. Folks, a little bit later on also right here, we're going to have a little Divas action, just like I like it. It's going to be Molly Holly taking on Jacqueline, which is a matchup we've seen before. However,
Coach, these two girls, they can't seem to work out their differences.
They just can't, you know, but isn't that the way all women are, really?
I mean, yeah, I think they work out some differences, other differences come up.
Well, Spike Dudley attempted to get that cover, and it just is not going to happen at this point. You can see still taking things out on Spike Dudley is Scoot Andrews and Michael Shane, and Tommy Dreamer is absolutely beside himself.
Right back into the corner of Michael Shane and Scoot Andrews.
Oh, nice drop kick. Down goes Spike. Here's a cover. Hook the leg. Will this be an upset right here? No, Spike is able to get the shoulder up. Well, right now these two are they're impressing the heck out of me. I don't know if anybody else is from WWE brass is watching. I mean, I don't know if Eric Bischoff is watching right now or not, but you got to believe that if he is, that these two young guys are impressing the heck out of them. They got to be impressing the heck out of Spike and Tommy Dreamer, who had to believe going into this matchup it would almost be a layup for them. That's a basketball term, by the way. Just thought I'd throw that in.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Well, now up to the top rope, Michael Shane and Spike Dudley going for a very dangerous maneuver, leading that superplex, and Spike Dudley is able to counter. And now the top rope, right into the gut.
Spike's never done that to me, but I'm going to imagine it probably doesn't feel too good.
Yeah, he's going to feel that one in the morning, certainly, even if Spike is only 150 pounds. That's still 150 pounds dropping straight down on your gut.
Yeah, like if you took a weight plate and just dropped it on the stomach, you'd probably feel the same thing, and that only being
that'd only be 45 pounds. Yeah, this is 150 pounds. Well, now finally Spike Dudley's able to get the tag. Also, here comes Scoot Andrews, and Tommy Dreamer is, dare I say, fired up with a huge neck breaker.
No, that's not what you were going to dare say. I know what you were going to say.
What was I going to say? Huge impact. Here's a cover. 1, 2, and Michael Shane going for the breakup, and Tommy Dreamer a little bit too quick.
I think we were going to hear a D'Lo reference is what you were headed.
No, because after what I saw this past Monday night, me and D'Lo aren't exactly getting along right now. Oh, and now Spike Dudley with Michael Shane. Tommy Dreamer. Oh, Death Valley driver. Death Valley driver by Tommy Dreamer. And Deadly Dome. Right on to Scoot Andrews. Tommy Dreamer hops on top. Beautifully done. Spike Dudley, Tommy. Huge win here on Heat.
Here are your winners, Tommy Dreamer and Spike Dudley.
Well, you can see the intensity on Tommy and Spike. They're obviously ready for the holidays, and they were ready here tonight.
Well, that fight's far from over. Tori Wilson and Sable will fight it out at the Great American Bash tomorrow night.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Brooklyn, New York, weighing 250 pounds, is a member of the full-blooded Italians, Johnny Stamboli. And currently in the ring, from Kissimmee, Florida, weighing in at 219 pounds, Scoot Andrews.
Tonight, WWE Velocity is being brought to you by Maxim Hair Color for Guys, the only hair color good enough to be called Maxim. Go to WWE.com for your chance to win a trip to SummerSlam.
And by Clearasil Ultra, clearer skin in 3 days, guaranteed.
And by Stagger 2's YJ Stinger. Catch the buzz, feel the bling, $1 million contest. Check out WWE.com for details.
Think Johnny the Bull uses that hair color?
I think Johnny the Bull likes to feel the bling.
Whoa. What is bling?
It's like shiny objects.
I don't like shiny objects.
You got some bling on.
I don't have any bling on.
That watch is pretty bling.
The watch is black.
You're right, it's not bling at all.
What?
Nothing. Have some professionalism, dummy. And a boot to the knee there by Scooter Andrews. And now look at the agility there by Johnny the Bull turning out of it, and Scooter Andrews is now on the floor.
Johnny the Bull was watching that Cruiserweight Battle Royal, I think.
Johnny the Bull not taking Scoot Andrews lightly. And now Scoot thinking twice about perhaps being in the ring with the rough and tough, powerful Johnny the Bull Stamboli. Bill, I'm sorry I called you dummy.
When'd you say that?
Oh, you didn't hear that?
What?
Oh, never mind then. Scoot Andrews is going to shake the hand of the Bull, and the Bull just snatches up Scoot.
Well, that's the way they do the fireman's carry in Brooklyn.
Now here's the cover by Johnny the Bull, and a kick out by Scoot Andrews. The Bull just so powerful. As you can see how Johnny the Bull now, nice reversal there by Scoot Andrews. Roll through there by Johnny the Bull. And now a reversal by the Bull. Hey, Johnny the Bull showing off some of his chain wrestling abilities. Snap there, held on and flown over by the Bull.
Well, we see Johnny the Bull every week. Stamboli's with Nunzio and part of the FBI, but we forget, we've talked about in the past, he's a product of the power plant from the old WCW. He's been through the developmental territories here in the WWE. Johnny the Bull can wrestle as well as beat you.
Ooh, and the Bull shoulder first to the steel post, and then Johnny the Bull just falling to the mat below. And Bill, you know from experience, those mats are not soft out there.
Well, those mats aren't soft because it's a quarter-inch and underneath the cement floor, and that forgiving steel post doesn't help the matter either.
And now, Johnny the Bull throws a shoulder into the sternum of Scoot Andrews. Scoot counters the second one.
Scoot taking too much time here with Johnny the Bull.
And now look at this. Springboard guillotine leg drop. The Bull's down. Could be a huge upset here on Saturday Night Cover. But the Bull just too close to the ropes. Johnny the Bull looking a little surprised here by Scoot Andrews.
Well, Scoot Andrews is no rookie. We've seen him here before in the WWE. We've seen him here before in Velocity.
Well, Bill, you know who else looked a little surprised was John Bradshaw Layfield this past Thursday night on SmackDown. JBL looking surprised at how well Eddie Guerrero handled that bull rope.
Eddie Guerrero's the WWE champion. There should be nothing surprising about him.
Well, this is supposed to be JBL's signature match, the Texas Bull Rope match. Wait a second, covered by Scoot Andrews. Two, and the Bull kicks out. But Eddie Guerrero handling that Texas Bull Rope pretty well, and who knows what could happen tomorrow night at the Great American Bash, the WWE Championship on the line. Eddie Guerrero versus John Bradshaw Layfield, sunset flip by the Bull. Scoot gets out, and now Scoot Andrews has the Bull stacked up. Reversal by Johnny the Bull. Scoot Andrews down. Scoot counters. The Bull's down. Two. The Bull kicks out. Separation. Scoot Andrews now off the ropes. Got caught. Oh! And driven spine first into the mat by Johnny the Bull Stamboli. And now the Bull drapes an arm over. Two and a kick out by Scoot Andrews.
You took that little flurry of Scoot Andrews took a little bit out of the Bull.
Yeah, flurry shades of poker face by Scoot Andrews.
Poker face?
Scoot Andrews looks a little bit like poker face.
Poker face?
Nah, never mind. And now, double reverse here. The Bull into the turnbuckle, and here comes Johnny the Bull with that huge clothesline followed up by a back elbow. Now this is the strength of Johnny the Bull. We saw the savvy earlier of the Bull. This is the pure brute strength of Johnny the Bull. Stamboli cover, hooks the outside leg, got a kick out by Scoot Andrews.
And there's Johnny the Bull raising the roof again this week. What do you think that's about?
I think Johnny the Bull is calling for the ending of this matchup. Nope. Scoot Andrews flips up the back. Shot to the back of the head. Reversal now, the Bull into the turnbuckle. Here comes Scoot. The Bull gets the boot up. And now Scoot Andrews sent for the ride. Here comes Johnny the Bull. Oh, Scoot Andrews gets the elbow up. Scoot got caught.
Big mistake.
And now Johnny the Bull, the powerful Johnny the Bull Stamboli military press catches him. Swinging DDT. Scoot Andrews is done.
Here's your winner, Johnny Stamboli.
Hey, Bill.
What?
Call Scoot Andrews' mother.
I know, because he's not going to be home for dinner.
That's not exactly how it goes, but close enough. Johnny the Bull.